Sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
But why should they? And why would they even want to? After all, women have been telling men over and over again to leave them alone. Women are independent. They don't need men. And now some are complaining when men are actually listening to them.
They don't make real men anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not all men, because there are good men out there.
That's a very good point. There are good men out there.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got a woman, right? We got a woman here, man, who is pretty much upset that nobody decided to help her put things into a car, right? And specifically men, right? Specifically men, because that's what this whole video is around. A whole man, right? She's sitting over here, she's struggling, she's sitting over here trying to put something in her car, and men are just looking. Oh, hey, how you doing? I see you need help. Hey, maybe you can ask some of these women over here. Feminism for life, right? So now she gets upset and she jumps on the internet and, you know, she does the regular rant that most women do. Oh, y'all men don't want to help. Y'all men don't want to do this. Y'all men don't want to do that. But isn't this a common theme, right? Isn't this just a common theme where men always go out their way to go help women, right? And women then turn around. These are the same women that will then turn around and jump right on the internet and then start pushing false narratives that, hey, well, men don't protect us. Hey, well, you know, y'all men are this, y'all men are that. So don't y'all think the reason a lot of men don't want to help women today and chivalry is dead today is because of how women have always treated men? Why don't women ever think of that? Right? Why don't women ever think of that? And I get it, it's bad for women who actually do, who sit up here and who respect men, you know, who want to take care of men, you know, who wants to be an ideal woman for a man. I get that you have women out there that are like that. However, the sad thing about it is we have so many women who are not that way that you're gonna have guys who see this and say, you know what, who cares, right? I'm not gonna help a woman regardless. So now you're gonna have some good women, right, who need help, who are really in need of help and who do not spit some of the stuff that a lot of these feminists say. They're going to be collateral damage, right? And that's why I said, man, in today's society is very hard, right? It's very hard to know what's real and what's fake. So many women have to sit up here and put up with some of the ish that a lot of these feminists put themselves through, right? And see, and the thing is, a lot of you women jump up here and say, well, it's not all of us. Well, it's not all of us. Well, it's this. Well, okay, we get it, right? It's not all of you. However, it's most of you. And the thing is, once again, just like how black men walk around here, the second one black man sags his pants, he's somehow a thug, right? Even though he could probably have 3 degrees, the dude probably riding a Maserati, all of that. If he sags his pants one time, he will automatically be put in that category. So a lot of you women, man, if y'all sit up here, I know it's not the same. I know it's not the exact same, but it's the same. Now it's gotten to the point where so many women have the same ideologies that even some of the ones who are really with men, sometimes you can kind of be like, okay, some of their responses is like, okay, I can still see you still got a little bit of feminism in you, right? So let's go ahead and see what this woman got to say, and let's see, man, how upset she is about men not wanting to help.
Sitting out here struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
But why should they? And why would they even want to? After all, women have been telling men over and over again to leave them alone. Women are independent. They don't need men. And now some are complaining when men are actually listening to them.
They don't make real men anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not all men, because there are good men out there.
That's a very good point. There are good men out there.
As a woman, like, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore. They rush and sit down on trains and buses before women and pregnant women and elderly are sitting down. It's just a hot mess out here. But
this really shouldn't.
Once again, it's crazy that us men are obligated to do all of that shit, right? It is just crazy that men are obligated to do all of this and still, right? And still, because I bet you, I promise you, I guarantee you, there were tons of men who did the exact same thing that she swore up and down men didn't do. I promise you, she's been through all of that. I promise you, she has somebody open up the door for her. She has somebody gave up the seat. But guess what? We're still here to this very day because some group of men didn't want to help her out. She make it seem like she's never been helped out by men, right? And once again, this is why your men don't want to go out here and go help women. Because once again, you sit here, you help a woman, right? All she's going to do is just spit in your face and go right back on the internet and still keep bashing men. You did all of that work for what? For what? Disrespect. And this is what you're getting from most men. You're getting disrespect from most women. Most men are getting disrespect from most women, and we're constantly keep seeing women make videos like this, as if they weren't the ones who killed that, right? Once again, you can't sit up here, man, and say, well, you know what? Hey, this man need to do this, this man need to do that, this man need to do this, and all you do is bashes. Why are y'all women trying to force men to do something, man, that we should be doing, right? We should be doing, but because what y'all have done. Why y'all trying to force us to do it still? Right? Once again, this is where women try to have their cake and eat it too. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's either you're going to disrespect men, right? And swear up and down that you're independent, because any women, men that constantly disrespect men are your independent women, right? Your women who disrespect men on a daily or just disrespect men, have no regards for men, just sitting over here, men, they're feminists. They will always disrespect men. That's just a fact. You see it all the time. So why are we then obligated? Why are you then thinking that, you know, hey, we're obligated to sit over here and take care of you? We got to give up our seat, right? A woman who has a child, yes, I can see that. Give up the seat. I can see that. Give up the seat. An older lady our older lady just in general, yeah, I can see that. See, I think you should do that with any elder in general. It shouldn't just be a female. It shouldn't just be a female elder. It should be an elder in general, right? But hey, guess what? Once again, we always got to give the women a pass, right?
Didn't come as a surprise. After all, isn't this what some women wanted? What modern feminism was pushing for? For women to be treated as equals to men, right? No special treatment needed. Don't need to hold open a door. Why help out? Women can do everything themselves just as good as men can. But now it seems some are complaining that they got exactly what they asked for.
This is something, man, that women just have to stop doing, right? You got to stop sitting over here disrespecting men, putting down men, and then expecting them to help you out. Y'all, as children, we have never allowed that to slide. So why you think we're going to allow that to slide as an adult? As a child, you're not going to sit over here and just keep letting people talk smack about you and then turn around and start sharing your toys with them. Who does that? Right? You're not going to sit over here and get in an argument with a child, fight a child, you know, go back and forth with a child, and then turn around 2 seconds later and say, okay, well, here's my toy. No. But once again, this is the entitlement behavior that we have allowed women to have. You can't even ask them their weight. You can't even freaking ask them their age. I mean, but once again, you can sit up here and ask an old man his age. You can sit over here and ask a man in general his weight. You got to give up the seat. Guys, listen to all the double standards. You can't ask a woman her age. You can't ask a woman her weight. Hell, you can't even ask a woman how many baby fathers she has, right? Somehow, some way they look at that as disrespectful, but they don't look at their acts as disrespectful to themselves, sitting over here getting knocked up by so many different men that you know ain't good. But hey, guess what? You can't ask these women how many baby fathers they have or who is the baby father. I wanted to ask so many sisters that I went to school with. There are so many sisters that I went to school with that are single mothers today. I always wanted to ask them, who was the baby father? Who is the baby father? But I can't even ask them that. Can't even ask them that, right? You got to give up your seat, right, for any woman, right? You got to give up your seat for a woman who has a child, right? You got to pull out the chair for women. You got to open up the doors for women, whether if it's a car door or whether if it's a building door. Hey, guess what, people? You got to do some stupid ass shit, right? You got to take off your jacket and put it on a puddle so the bottom of her shoes won't get dirty, as if she wasn't fucking sitting over here walking on dirt all the way to that damn puddle, right? As if it wasn't freaking raining all day, so she's been walking in the rain all the way up into that puddle. The same rain she's trying to listen. You have to keep her shoes clean from the same ring she was just walking in. When somebody sits over here and antagonize her, you have to step in, right? That's just normal. You have to. But guess what though? If she starts something, guess what? You still have to jump into it. But guess what though? If you start something, where's she at? She's sitting in the back corner chilling. When you need some help getting offended, where's she at? Back here chilling. Because guess what? A man should be able to defend himself. A man should be able to do this. When somebody breaks into the house, who is the first line of defense? The man, right? So when the man is gone, now what? People look at all of these double standards, right? Look at everything. Look at all of the men's obligations, right? These are the standards we've been held to since the beginning of time. These are the standards we've been held to since the beginning of time. And as I said in previous videos, since 1840s, right? 1848 to be exact, feminism has allowed women to change the roles damn near every single decade, right? You look at feminism now, it's very different than the feminism that was first created. Feminism now versus feminism then, right? When the first wave feminism, it's completely different, right? The ideologies are completely different. Their mindset, completely different. The drive of wanting to sit over here and be equal is completely different. They don't want to be equal. They don't want to be equal. That's over with. They say, man, we've already accomplished that. We want more, right? We don't want to be equal to men. We want to be more. And you can sit up here and lie on a man. So, I mean, that, and right, and he can go to jail or he can have his career ruined. So, I mean, men, look at everything that we have to put up with. And the only reason I'm bringing that up, man, is because, man, y'all have to be very, very mindful of who y'all lay down with, right? You have to be very mindful of who y'all lay down with. Look at Jonathan Majors. This man that sat up here, man, lost damn near everything because of a woman. Because of a woman, right? So, y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.